This is a really vibrant conference, and what strikes me about this meeting is the diversity of disciplines represented. I feel like it's a big tent for chemists, biologists, physicists, mathematicians, I mean, potentially anybody who has an interest in understanding the basic chemistry of life.
It's the diversity of topics. It's the center of the field of analytical chemistry, and it really does bring people together across the entire field, and I think that's critical. Why Pittcon? You might ask, how did that happen from the 1950s when it's 75 years ago? But in the last 25 years or so, this has been the conference to bring the field together. And I think that's one of the important reasons for attending.
I went on to so many of the technical sessions. It was just beautiful to see that many of the chemistry that we were doing in the lab, that we're not the only person, that others are doing the same thing. I was excited. And then I went to the exhibition floor and I looked at all of the companies and instruments that we've read about in articles, and they were actually there represented.
One of the most amazing aspects for me is the presence of the vendors. And there are vendors at most conferences, but the vendors that come here bring their equipment with them, and it's running, it's on site. If you have samples, they will actually analyze them for you. And I have to say that I've attended every year since 2017, and every time I come, I learn something new, some new cutting-edge technology from a company. And usually we make purchases because it helps to further our research. So it's a fantastic conference from that perspective.
I think what makes Pittcon very special, that's the exhibition, right? And that is so massive here. There's no equivalent to that in my continent, in Europe or in the Netherlands. And that I find always very inspiring, right? There's all this energy and activity. And especially when it comes to analytical chemistry, it's never only the science, right? There must be the instrumental and technology developments to back it up, to really make a difference. And that is basically what you're seeing happening here on the Expo floor.
I'm most looking forward to is the exposition. So I always love to get out onto the floor and see what's new. That's probably my favorite thing of any conference, is to see what new tech's out there and what sort of gadgets I can get my hands on. I love taking new measurements and having new tools to take these measurements, and so that's the best part, is to get out there, talk to people. I tell them about my measurement problems, and often they have a solution for me, and if they don't, they might have one next year. And so that's one area that I take full advantage of. I think it's a great opportunity to build those relationships, because the instrument vendors are really what we live on, because we need those instruments to take our measurements.